Hi guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for pick a card for how does he feel. We have three different options. This is a quick pick a card or a fast pick a card. So we're going to have three fast answers. You can choose 1, 2, or 3 and find out your answer. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you watch is the right time for when you should be hearing the message. There's also a second pick a card, which is called the Power of 3 on the main channel, and there I have a special announcement for you guys that you can link to in the description from here. So if you haven't watched that one, you can go see it right now after we do this. So this is a more kind of like quick and dirty reading. And so we'll begin right away. I'm going to have clarifiers in just a moment, and I'll explain the reading as we go. So just choose pile 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so we're going to start with 1. See, this goes fast. So let's take a look at your cards. This is the Victorian Romantic Tarot by Baba Studios. It's a self-published deck. Okay, so let's see the first message. We have the Ace of Swords. Sometimes it's in my shop. Somebody sent someone a message, someone told something to someone relayed their opinion, finally. They said something that was on their mind. The second card is the Page of Swords. Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, secondary transits in Earth. Someone with fresh ideas. There's a new option on the horizon for your person. By the way, if your person's a female, then please switch the pronoun to what you prefer. I just do it because the majority of my viewers are heterosexual females. So anyway, so some information came through for someone. There's a new opportunity on the horizon for this person. I presume that this is the person, the object of your affection. This person has some kind of new opportunity. They're looking at things from a fresh perspective. They're considering their options. They're branching out. Here is the next message. We have the Empress, right? So this is Venus. This is the mother. There's a message possibly that he has received or she has received from their mother. And then we have the Magician. So I just looking at these cards right away, I would say be very, very cautious with this person at this time, because not because they're bad. The cards are signaling that this is a good relationship. If anything, he feels like you're the ultimate female archetype for him. So he feels like you're the mother, you're the caring person, you're nurturing. And now the Queen of Cups showed up, which is really strong for, you know, he has strong, genuine feelings towards you. But what it feels like is that he has a big opportunity on his hands, and he has a card that's completely unstable. This is one person who's going one direction one day and then going another direction another day. So completely not to be trusted, sort of someone who goes off on a tangent very, very quickly. And so I feel like you are dealing with someone who has great opportunities. They have to go with their own flow, you know. They have their own flow, their own direction. It's almost like, you know, your boyfriend's going to Yale or something, and like he has to in some way just do everything possible to get to where he's going. Like suddenly he has the thing that's going to lead him to his destiny. So no one likes to hear that they're playing second fiddle to something else, especially in love. But this isn't like adultery. This isn't a third party situation. This is a situation in which someone who is fairly new at something, whose life has been static in a certain way, now has this big opportunity in front of them towards something new, towards a new direction. And you know, it's a tough place to be, but it's clear that he has to or she has to pursue this opportunity. But I do feel like their sentiment towards you is very, very genuine. They very much see you, you know, men see women in like very few ways, like a friend, a mother, and I don't want to say the third one because we'll get censored. But like, yeah, there's very few, like, there. So the fact that this comes up in the reading is is signaling that this person has genuine feelings towards you. It's not overly sexualized, right? It's like, it's just like a wholesomeness. They have genuine, and I have a feeling that if you allow a person, it's not you allow, but I feel like you just have to allow this person to pursue what they're pursuing, and when you, and then hopefully you will be at the end with them. But that's also a problem. Like, don't get caught up with helping people, and then you know, it's the worst feeling is when you help someone and at the end of the day they ghost you or they dip on you or something like that. So let's take a look at your clarifier. So this is more his situation. The clarifiers I intend to be more you in the circumstance. So we have the King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Second second transits in fire, Sag, Leo, or Aries. Sorry, I don't do any editing to these videos. So I feel like, I feel like you felt you had a certain degree of control in the situation, or you felt that you had things under wraps, things were stable, you knew what to expect, and now that's becoming disrupted. So now it's like, you know, if you live in a small town and your childhood sweetheart, you know, everything's predictable. It's sort of like, you know where they're going on a Friday, you know where they're on a Tuesday, and now things are changing and the world is opening up. And so I feel like, and I know this is a masculine card, but I feel like this is women too. It's the expression of control. And so basically that expression of control is in some way, yeah, it's an expression of control that in some way is now being challenged by the world abroad, the opportunities. But that's a good thing. You may be feeling anxiety or worry, like whether or not something will, you know, make it the test of time. It's like another variable that you have to kind of consider. Then you have the Two of Rods. I love this card. This is a very, very pretty deck, but it's sort of lonely, so I don't use it so much. But so we have the Two of Wands, a change in perspective, not towards you. I feel like this person that you're dealing with has like something big in their life that they're about to need to commit a lot of time to. And then the next card is the Nine of Pentacles. So it has to do with lots of money. Now, honey, you gotta let your man work. You gotta let your man work and make some money. No, I'm just kidding. But for real though, it's an opportunity. If you're at odds with him, I think that you're going to have a hard time convincing him to stand off, because it's like, it's the thing he's wanted to do since he was a kid, you know? It's the thing that he knows will take him to this place where he's the magician or she's the magician. So you're dealing with someone on a mission. He's on a mission. Let's just leave it at that. Let's take a look at a clarifier. Okay, release your ex. Time has come to clear your energy. What is that? They release. Oh, okay. So maybe the control that you express towards him is the same kind of control that he had experienced with an ex. And even though the type of control that you're expressing towards him is not necessarily unhealthy, like he had experienced with an ex, it's still like, it's still a sensitive topic. Let's put it that way. So maybe like you're fine, like King of Swords is control, but it's not necessarily a bad form of control. Like it's an agreement between people, somebody taking leadership position. So I feel like this is telling you to be careful very much with him, because he might be sensitive about an ex that he's still releasing while he's beginning something new that's going to lead him and you to a lot of money. So I think that you should just tone it down a little bit, understand the position, understand his construct, that he was really controlled in the past, allow him time to step in, trust him, allow him time to step into his future, into where he needs to go to make money, and then he will release his attachment to what happened to him before in a previous relationship in which he was heavily controlled, and that will improve your relationship. But also the message comes, and it's like big sister advice here for you guys, is just I paused on, like, some of you guys are older than me, but I'm still probably taller than most of you guys. I'm 5'11". Just keep it in check, and also take care of yourself, because depending on what the situation is, you don't want to wait for someone who's not going to turn around and be there for you. So it's very individual to your relationship. But still, the answer is that he's still caught up in a suppressive ex, and so even though your relationship isn't unhealthy in the way of control, he may still be interacting with you through that social conditioning he had experienced in the past. Okay? All right, so that's number 1. See, these are very quick. I think that these are kind of easier to digest than the big readings, so I hope that you guys like them. Well, 10 minutes, I kind of went in. Okay, so here is your next message. We have the King of Cups for number 2, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, secondary transits in fire, Sagittarius or Aries, man or woman, but we're his feelings. Now this is the card of somebody who's ready for love. Somebody, he's just ready for love. He's open to love. He's taking that step, the next direction. That's how he feels towards you. A new beginning, you know, so very open, very trusting. And then you have the 7 of Swords, running away. This person has meandered from you a lot. They came and they went a lot. And then the 3 of Wands. Oh, there's a competitor on the horizon. So I feel like this person loves you so much, and they have told you so many times that they'll be there for you and with you through things. But time and again, this person is a dipper. So he's got a weak spleen, a weak spine. And so he kind of comes and he goes. He runs away, when it's inconvenient. And I feel like you can kind of see both cards looking off into the distance. So I think someone else is coming in for you. So you have the 3 of Wands. Something else is coming in for you. He may be taking his chances a bit too much, this person. This person might be taking his chances a bit too much with you. He feels like, he wants to begin something new, but he keeps running away. And I don't know if this new opportunity is coming with him. This is a King of Cups who's completely ready for a relationship. But the King of Cups in the shady side of things does have a problem with drinking or has substance abuse issues. Something else is going on that he feels sort of worried about. I sense worry. Something's oncoming. Let's see what's happening. So this is what's going on for him more, and now we're going to see what's going on for you. So your first card this fell out is the High Priestess. Oh, she's so beautiful. I don't use these cards as primary cards because they're kind of sad and lonely to me, and I don't want to make you guys feel lonely. Sorry about my nail. I had a year's worth of gels, so I'm letting my nails get better, but they're not bad at all. I'm really happy with how they turned out. So you have the 2 of Rods, High Priestess. You need to look at the larger pattern in this relationship, and you will find your answer about this relationship when you observe the larger pattern. So if the larger pattern is that he is constantly leaving you high and dry, honey, that's not going to change. And if he runs away and then comes back to save the day and everything's great, that's probably what you're going to see for the rest of time that you're with him. The next message is the 9 of Swords. So this is a card in which someone could be dealing with some kind of trauma that they experienced early on in life, in their childhood possibly, which makes them really have a hard time to deal with conflict. It's one of my tools that I do. I've always worked with a lot of people around me in social work and otherwise. And I have so many little tips on like how to interact with people in a professional setting or otherwise, just around people. Social work isn't very formal. But anyway, so what you do is you want to figure out when you meet someone and you're going to be dealing with them for a while, you want to figure out how they are in a stress situation, because that will give you insight on their ability to cope. And rather than getting upset with them when they're unable to cope in a stressful situation, you know that sometimes life forms us, right? And so as we are formed, our abilities shape alongside our experiences. And so I feel like you are maybe needing to take a perspective of understanding with him. And this may help you understand what you're getting yourself into. This isn't so much about like compassion and, you know, bending over backwards to accommodate his needs. It's more about assessing whether or not this King of Cups is actually capable of being there for you, or whether or not this is a pipe dream that he can't reconcile. Because when you have certain things about yourself, like not being able to deal with stress, coming to terms with that is a part of the healing. So it can be very far off before he can actually do that, and you may not want to stick around for the consequences. The next message is the Four of Wands. Okay, so this is home and family and love. And I think that maybe he's afraid and he keeps running away, but I do think that there's love for you on the future, on the horizon. I do feel like he keeps running away. He keeps I don't want to promise you guys that there's like a happy outcome, but this is very, very promising. Four of Wands is like marriage, happy home, happy family, and I think that this is all coming back. So I think you're dealing with someone, now that I've gotten used to the energy, that who in some way is very kind of like runs away, non-committal, fear of commitment, fear of whatever, and I feel like he knows that the truth, the D-Day is coming. Like, like you're gonna have him on lockdown. So I think that he knows he's in a good situation, and I think that this Seven of Swords, he looks like he's about to turn back, because I think that he has a quality of emotionally running away or physically running away, but it really will in some way turn. He knows that like the good situation is here for him. So I think that he's being challenged to be committal, to trust you, you know. Give your relationship, there you go, banger. So you have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, trust your man, trust your woman, give him time to adjust, you know, because it's a lot for men in terms of responsibility to kind of come into this position. So you have to be patient with them. Women as well. So if you're dealing with a woman, just be patient. Give this relationship a chance. Yes, I'm happy about this option. Okay, so now we're going to move on to 3. 3. Let's see, number 3. So this is number 3. And we have the Seven of Pentacles first. Okay. Seven of Pentacles first. Investment in the future. And this is more how he feels or she feels if you are watching for a woman. Page of Wands. A Sag, a Leo, or an Aries. Secondary transits in Earth, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. A friend who's at her side. She's investing for the future. Six of Cups. A very good environment around her at this time. This is Sun in Scorpio. And then we have the Tower. Boom. Change in direction. This is his feelings. So I feel as though everything is pragmatic, and everything is pragmatic, and I feel like someone who in some way feels like he knows what is expected of him. I feel like there's people around him who are supportive and kind as he is making his long-term goals a reality. So he's saving money, he's kind of cultivating things, waiting for the appropriate time. And I think soon enough there will be a very big change for him or within the relationship. Something's about to change very, very quickly. And I feel like maybe this is a learning stage in a relationship, because this is a Page of Wands and this is two young children. So this has a lot to do with kind of growing up. So I feel like the thing that's coming in with the Tower, which is the most graphic, intense tower ever, right? So graphic, intense tower ever, kind of shock and awe sort of situation, is actually a circumstance that will in some way challenge him to grow up. So if you're dealing with someone who's immature, I think that he's going to try to grow up very, very quickly, or a situation is going to come up that's going to require that he grows up very fast. The next message is the Two of Swords. This is more you in the situation. So you have the Two of Swords making peace with circumstances. He's probably been quite a bit distant right now because he's so focused on trying to save money or trying to establish himself, whatever it is. And I feel like you've accommodated things, and I think that you've gone along with the program and really kind of allowed things to happen, trying to deal with whatever's come up. Then you have the Six of Pentacles, Moon in Taurus, one of my favorite moons. Such a generous one. So you have Six of Pentacles, and so I feel like there's a lot of generosity in this relationship. This could be signaling that this is the Six of Cups is a soulmate card, so a soulmate relationship. I do feel like there could be someone who's around him who is very youthful or young, immature, who could be getting involved in a situation and spreading lies and gossip, so be very careful. So like a friend who's like, you should dump her, man, you can do better, or something like that, some dumbass, kid. But that's, also in your favor. I know that hurts if that's the case, but if he can't withstand some nitwit whispering in his ear, then he's probably not worthwhile for your time anyway. The next message is the Nine of Swords. So suddenly there's some kind of a shock and unexpected situation. I feel like there's someone who in some way is kind of trying to surprise someone, pounce on someone, disrupt their peace of mind. This is someone who could be close to you. This is a person who's jealous of your generosity because they have none in their heart. This is a classic psychopath, narcissist type of person. Sometimes, when we're young, we can have narcissistic traits because we're growing up. So pages often describe like young people, like teenagers especially, who may be very, very selfish, but that's not everyone. And so there's a lot of very generous teenagers and more open-hearted than the rest. But in terms of development, there's a lot of teenagers that could be, just still working through things. But it feels like a very petty energy that's trying to cause a disruption to something that's been quite stable. You may have also distanced yourself from this situation because you feel like the things around it you can't trust. So maybe this is you kind of still participating, but you don't see the interaction that's oncoming as being something worthwhile your time. So you may have distanced yourself already from this situation. Here is the clarifier with the romance angels, and we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So maybe he's about to learn some good old love medicine. If he's not on top of it, then he might lose you, honey, because it looks like and he's the one who's getting the Tower. You feel bad about it. I think this is about you falling in love with someone else. I think that this is about you finding like a reciprocal relationship. Six of Pentacles is reciprocity. So reciprocal relationship, a relationship you can trust, a relationship that's giving and taking, and he's about to learn his lesson. I'm sorry to say it, but okay. So if you guys want this to happen, if you guys wish this upon your boyfriend or girlfriend, then please like, share, and subscribe, comment If you don't comment, like, and subscribe, then it's not going to happen. 1, 2, or 3, okay? So if you don't like this option, choose another one. But there's new love on the horizon for you. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.